Hi there, here we are with another MasterGMAT sentence correction question, and as usual, if you want to give it a go, you can pause the recording and then unpause it to listen to the explanations. So if you want to try it, pause the recording starting now. Okay, welcome back. I hope that didn't take too long. Now, how do we attack this? First order of business is, of course, our work order. What do we do first? We look for anywhere between 0 and 2 grammatical errors in the underlined portion, of course always using the non-underlined portion. I just want to actually pause for a second just so you see a little feature over here. If you see something wrong, you can always send us a little commentary. See, you can type things over here and submit a little commentary if you don't understand the question or the explanation. And we get back to you real quick on those. Pretty cool. But also, let's say you're really not sure and you don't know what this question is dealing with, you can always click on this and you see the relevant lessons that are to be learned. You click on one of those, guess what? You get a nice little review of what you need, of what was already learned to look at again. Kind of helps when you're studying for the GMAT, doesn't it? Very quick reference, no wasting of time. So let's go back to the question. So have we found anything over here? If we notice, what they're doing is they're comparing two things over here. The certain dialects displayed in the regions of Louisiana compared with the ones in the past. But hold on. Here you have a verb that's in the past that's describing the present, and it's being compared with something in the past. You can't compare the past with the past. They're comparing here the present and the past. Therefore, we already found our first error. We can get rid of A on that basis. We can get rid of C. Check this out. It's a past perfect. Same idea. We need the present simple to talk about a general truth today, not the past. The past is about something that happened at a particular point in the past or a general truth in the past. And we can get rid of D, of course, which repeats the original error. But just to look at things a little more over here, take a look at what happens at the end of the sentence. This is a stylistic issue. Now, stylistic issues are secondary to grammatical issues. You always look for stylistic issues after the grammatical ones. Now, when you have previously and in the past, it's actually repetition. It's a redundancy. These are little things that we don't pay attention to, and the GMAT is as much about paying attention to the little things as anything else. Okay, so obviously A is not good for that as well. So basically, let's go to B. Where certain dialects display, they corrected the tense, linguistic features inherited from French dialects spoken there in the past. Okay, no problem of redundancies. We see that the modifier is okay. It's the certain dialects that display linguistic features inherited. The modifier describes what it's supposed to. Let's compare that with E over here. Where certain dialects display, okay, that's corrected, linguistic features that inherited from the French dialects that had previously been spoken in the region. Wow. Okay, so something was changed. Actually, what we have over here is a couple of problems. We have a stylistic flaw and illogic. So something's not logical anymore. So firstly, by adding the that inherited from the French dialects that had previously been spoken in the region is actually way too wordy. If you can find something more concise, like in B, a lot better. They don't like wordy answers. But that's not the end all. Wordy does not necessarily mean wrong. Okay, what we have over here is that by adding the relative pronoun that, we have a meaning change. Big no-no, and it actually plays around negatively with the logic of the sentence. Now think about this for a second. What inherited what? Okay, in the original question, it is the English dialects that inherited linguistic features from the historical French dialects, whereas the corrected sentence here illogically states that the linguistic features inherited what exactly from the French dialects. It's completely illogical because the sentence doesn't tell us what the linguistic features inherited. So it changes the meaning, changes the logic. Read it once or twice and you'll see exactly what I mean. Kind of tricky. So over here we have it wrong for a couple of reasons, which is wordiness and change of meaning and illogic, of course, as compared with B. B is our best answer choice. We have our time awareness tool. Of course, we took longer than what I'm going to put in the 245 because we're chatting, but this tool is amazing to help you recognize how long you take to attack each question, and by the end of our training you know exactly how long you're taking. You get a sense for it. Okay, so you click on OK, and of course we don't just stop there. We give you a nice little explanation that gets to the heart of the matter, not overly wordy, to the point. Nicely done. Those of you who got it right, congratulations, and we'll see you next time.